coordinator, I would like to confess and admit one thing, that class 5A is the naughtiest batch of middle school, and all the credit goes to you. You have produced such a naughty batch of children. These are class teachers, Piyali Mukherjee and Aparna. After heading the class teachership of 5th A, Piyali has lost 5 kgs and Aparna has lost almost 50 kgs. And I am also under weight loss program, so I am also taking some of the classes of 5th A. It's a privilege to become a coordinator of middle school, and also it's a privilege to take a class for these children. Sir has given me an opportunity to take value education to 5th standard. I would like to share some of my experiences with 5th A in value education class, or these days because of their naughtiness, my visits have become really frequent to class 5A. So during those time also, I have experienced so many beautiful moments with 5th A. In one of the value education classes, we coined a new word, hygienometer. So children had to just come up with, I had given a questionnaire, they had to give marks to themselves on the scale of 1 to 10. And at the end of the class, the questionnaire was like, I clip my nails once a week, I don't prick my nose, I take care of my hair, I comb it properly, small little things. But 5 children come up with 0 score, and they showed it very proudly that they have scored 0 out of 10. I felt really happy. Value education class is to see inside, not to acquire knowledge from outside. What is there inside you, you have to introspect. So here, scoring less marks is more. You are becoming more naked. So you are seeing yourself more. So when I saw 0 marks of 5 children, I felt really happy. That was the most honest answer I have got. In another period, we were exploring about the potentials. Actually, in value education period, it is not the only lesson I teach. I pick up some books from the library, or I quote my own experiences also. So during those sessions, I was talking about exploring the potentials. Then we had to make some columns. I underuse my potential, I overuse my potential, or I misuse my potential. So children came up with such beautiful introspection that I'm underusing this quality of mine, I'm overusing this, I'm overusing my speaking skills, I'm misusing some of my body parts. Like this. So it's like a confession session. So value education gives a strong bond with my children. And whenever the coordinators are given a special privilege also to sit and observe the class when the class is actually going on. So in one of the classes of social science, when the teacher was absent, I wanted to continue the lesson. So it was the lesson on United Nations Organization, the recent lesson which is going on. There, we were discussing about the establishment of the UNO, the objectives behind the establishment of such a unique organization at the world level. Then children were asking me, and we were discussing about what are the objectives. And we came up with, it is to establish world peace, it is to resolve the conflicts between countries. And children came up with very nice questions. Recently, the 2511, right? The Taj attack, 2611? Yeah. So they came up with that question. Why did UN did not interfere in that matter? Why did UN did not come to help us? You told that it has to resolve some issues, it has to extend one helping hand. And why did it not come to our rescue? Then we had to talk about intra-state matters, interstate matters, national level issues, international issues, border security force, RTF, CRPF, then NSG commandos at the final stage. So, they were really curious to know about how the military works, how the police force works, how we can help as children to solve the international issues, how can we help the United Nations organization. So it shows that children are aware of social issues, children want to help the country. So then I have to quote the quotation of Dr. Abdul Kalam, your family. If you are in sync with, in love with, in serving your family, it will extend to your neighborhood, street, state, nation and international level. At the end of the class, I had 37 children who are very curious to know about the recruitment of NSG, Black Cat Commandos. 37 children wanted to join the army. 37 children wanted to help United Nations organization. So, to sum up all the three factors, I think our children are naughtiest. Yes, let us agree. They have to be like that. But our children are really thoughtful, really sensible. We were not like that in that age. So, to come back to this class assembly, you just saw that we are addressing the social issues here. Water pollution, noise pollution, then the importance of speaking truth. So all these values are inculcated in our school in a very, very nice manner. So with that, I would like to thank you all once again for coming here and witnessing this small, short, beautiful program. Thank you.
Very good morning. Thank you for making up your time. We don't get to meet a section parents ever. So we created this opportunity this year.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, speakers. Thing is, so far I have seen that there's an equal opportunity to every student in this school. I'm happy with that. In every program, people are getting, students are getting, children are getting every opportunity to address everything. That one portion where I see a lack is the sports. It's like that's a place where not every child can get an opportunity to do everything because it has its own limitations and it depends upon the child to do it. What is that you can do to put the children who are not in the limelight to just push themselves up a level up? Because I've interacted with the sports facility also. The thing is, like children are overbased, like there are multiple things within the children that they cannot select one. So can there be something to be done so that we push our children up even in that front? So that's one.
Primarily, school stands for education. So their equal opportunity for education has to be given for everybody. The other co-curricular, call it a stage show or music or drama or sports, anything, you name any of these things. There is a limitation to how much we can stretch beyond our primary objective. For people who are already good with it, some children are excellent in sports, some are good in singing, some are good in dancing. We can give them another platform so that they can be an inspiration for others and groom themselves. Trying to make everybody go to that level becomes a little tough. For example, even now the song what we produced, everybody were there. That's half of the section were there. But if I had to produce a next level song, then I need to select from there. If it has to be a little classical, a little of a higher level, then I have to choose children. The moment I choose, the rest of them are deprived. So we make a conscious call what has to be generally across. When we do school day, when we do sports day, we make sure that every student participates. School day, every student of the school should go on stage. Even if it comes at the quality of the school day, we don't mind. We know maybe those 4 children are not very good in dancing, but yet we are making them dance. That is going to cost the show itself. We are okay with it. That's a compromise. We come in agreement. But when we are trying to do an external competition where we are sending some people, exhibition, we make sure every student participate. But when we had to send some people to another schools and colleges to compete, we just chose the ones whom we can, who won some prize and who came back. So there is a different platform we give when we see that the child is more interested or more capable or more pushed by the parents or facility was provided by the parents in sports or XYZ. So from school side, we are able to recognize is all what we are doing. It's not a great thing. I'm not taking any pride in that. That is all we are capable of doing before 3:30. A residential school might work differently. But a day school cannot do beyond, because if you have to do it, it has to come at the cost of a subject or another thing. The time limitation, time is a finite resource. So we are coming to an agreement that there are certain things which will happen across. There are some things only privileged, chosen ones who are already good will be given this opportunity. So it has to either be an inbuilt talent or a lot of push around by parents. The child is already shining. We just showcase. We use digital format, a forum to showcase. We use the stage to showcase. We are not doing much. We are just showcasing what is already there. Generally, what has to be done to everybody is what we are doing. That's the constraint we are working with.
It's not about the program as such, but I would like to give a suggestion. As in, you had this pottery competition or MADAD this year. What I feel is we can have a couple of competitions which goes on every year, like essay, elocution, rangoli. All this will allow the child to nurture that particular quality every year. Like third standard, she participates in rangoli. She may not win. The next year, she has the same competition. She might put in more ideas, nurture those skills. So we would like to have more of elocution, just a minute, pick and speak, or rangoli, IK Bana. So are you in plan to start all that?
Events, what we do right now, recently we had an event, I believe, it was storytelling, story illustration. These are to give different exposure beyond the academics. So there is a choice, either maintain 4 of it going on for 4 years, what you're trying to say. We can have 4 things going on for 4 years so that they get to groom themselves. What we have chosen instead is have 4 every year. Not that they're going to become master in any of it, we know that. They're exposed to each of it. For example, when I was a student, I was not possibly into debate, and into this, and into that, because nobody pushed me to do multiple things. So if I was interested in singing, I restricted myself only to that. So both have their own plus and minus. Every year, 4 different offshoots has its own advantage of exposure that will never master any child into anything, which I totally agree with that system. Another system will again say, you would say 4 are right, somebody would say another 4 is right, so the branches are too many. Which is the 4 you're going to choose? Why not have 20? It's not practically possible. We have to have only 4. And if I have only 4 for 4 years, then the exposure is limited, but true that they get to dive deeper into it. So weighing both the plus and minus of both of it, we chose to give them exposure into various things, then trying to take them deep into one particular aspect. You have a valid suggestion, but we chose when we weighed both of it, because we know there are people of multicultures having different preferences. So giving exposure, each year some child might like some exposure, the next year he may not, but at least he's exposed to varied things.
Good morning to everyone. Very happy to see you all here. These children, these 5th standard children, are about to get matured also, both boys and girls. And what we observe nowadays that things are quite advanced now. So we need to talk about, to both of them about the opposite sex also. So that is one point I request you. We will be starting, we are talking little, and from next year they will be attending faith workshops from outsiders who are actually prioritizing this particular level. What we observe in class now, that they don't know about respecting each other in the proper manner. Just starting, they were too friendly, they push and pull and hit each other exactly the way they were doing from the beginning. So I am not telling just don't tell that don't touch each other, not in that manner, not in that sharp and harsh manner, but we can talk about how to respect each other. Even 2 siblings are there at home. From there we can start talking, and we can tell that each one of us would not like to be touched by another person or hit by another person or some harsh words by another person. It's a general humanity. So we can start from there, and don't talk too much fantasy when they are asking any direct question, because they have become a bit inquisitive. So don't tell that some magic wand come and your brother came or sister came, they get confused and they understand that one of us we are lying, either teacher or parents. So be careful, it's just an observation what we see year after year. This is the age when they start observing things. So when you are talking, at family or, with the children, be careful and no more fantasizing or no more, roundabout the information. Be straightforward. If you feel that this particular topic you are feeling, any topic when a child is asking, I am uncomfortable, take time from him. Next Sunday we will discuss. Now you study. I understand you want to know. A little bit study you do, or let us know. Let us know through email if we can help the child little bit. These things are little required. And one more thing that boys are also growing, girls are also growing. Some of the girls are getting matured and they may be having some of the things in the bags. And these two best friends, they don't know how to draw a line, when they are checking each other's bag. So sometimes girls feel little hesitant and they don't know how to handle, they don't want to come to school because of these kind of things. So it's just that we don't touch each other's things. We will ask if that person is ready, the way you have done in M2, M3. So this is another level when they are growing and they have to learn things that we don't take things without others' permission. This kind of small things. They don't know, they have forgotten. So we have to remind them once more that this is the time, and really speaking, children are growing very fast. You saw them with jeans pant and long kurta, all of them were looking so attractive and so big, and they know everything, the way they did the MC and whole program. They're very responsible, they're enjoying themselves to be observed and through audience and praised by the school teachers and parents. This is the time we have to give more love to them. So it says that if hatred is there, we have to give more love. I won't be using the word naughty, I'm just using that this class is very energetic. So if they are liking something and you come to know that they have liked something, find out for what they are liking. If they are observing a movie and they are liking that movie very much, observe that whether they are liking the villain part or the hero part. This is the class we need to be very careful about that. So if they follow something by mistake, they won't be knowing that hitting is not bad, because all of us we are spending thousands of rupees going to mall just to see how they hit each other. And now we are telling why are you hitting each other? It's not their cup of tea to understand and differentiate. So we have to spend some time. We have to tell them that this can be done, that cannot be done. They are very small yet, but the maturity is happening. These are the few points if we can take care. I feel that this batch is very potential, as Girija told. They have lots of dreams and desire to do. But we have to show them that there is no villain way. You have to become a hero and heroine only. So though we see at the end who wins, but don't take in, Shah Rukh Khan movie or Rajnikant movie, I don't know who wins there. They are confused. Even I am also confused. So just tell them that good work, good gesture, feeling for each other, loving each other, it's not a crime at all. You are friends, you will remain friends. But each relationship comes with some responsibility. Start talking to them for that. And tell them why are you telling not to do something. Just don't tell that don't do that. Or it happens. It's just like that it has happened. I will tell you 1 year later. You are too young to understand this thing. These words they are not expecting from us. They want a proper answer because they can answer us. And when we are asking, we tell them, why are you quiet? Can't you answer this? They are not telling us that. But they also tell in mind, why are not they answering? Can't they answer us exactly what I want to know? So these are the things we want, and we are always there. Again, I am repeating. Anywhere you observe that some help is needed from school, because we have some time, we have counselors, we have coordinators, I am there, sir is there. So if any time you feel, please write to the class teacher, please write to the coordinator, write to me directly. We will definitely be there, but we don't want anything to be curved or, it's like, it is very much, a different way a child is thinking and understanding, that we don't want.
Good morning once again. I just can say that I enjoy being with these children. Yes, they are very energetic, and at times, like what they don't understand, they do it, and that may harm each other. But we are in constant talking with them, and like we don't, especially like we don't tell them directly, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. We question them and get the answers from them and make them, the thing is that I do is to make them realize what they have done is right or wrong. So once they can realize that, they will, we hope so that they will not do that again. But it's so that they are children, so maybe that sometimes we have to keep on keep on telling them the same thing or asking them the same thing whenever a little bit of they go off track. Okay, so we are trying to help them. We want your cooperation also from your side, and so that we can bring them up in a much better way.